On the strength of 8 different players reaching the end zone, and a defensive unit that held the opposition to 61 yards total offense, the St. John Fisher College football team whitewashed Alfred State in their first ever meeting by a score of 61-0. Quarterback Tyler Fenty led the offense by going 10 of 14 for 192 yards and 4 touchdowns, but Fisher hit the ground running as Tony Fusco, James Chambers, Steve Stromolo, and Jimmy Ross each rushed for a touchdown for the Cardinals. The defense combined for 4 sacks, 16 tackles for a loss of yards, 2 fumble recoveries, and held Alfred State back Rasheed Williams, who entered the game averaging 206 yards per game, to just 2. Paul Lavelle, Bryant Moore, and Anthony Lee led the way with 7 tackles each, while Ryan Ballard chipped in with 6 and forced 2 fumbles. This week's D3Football.com Top 25 has the Cardinals in the same place they were last week, in the number 15 spot. Empire 8 Conference standings, Fisher remains in first place, a half game ahead of Ithaca, who snapped their 2-game losing streak with a win over Salisbury last week. Losses by Buffalo State and the before-mentioned Seagulls moved them down in the standings, but both, along with Brockport, remain in contention with 3 weeks to go in the regular season. Fisher will be catching a Buffalo State Bengal team, who are licking their wounds and coming off a 31-21 loss on their home turf to the Utica Pioneers. Last year in the Queen City, Fisher held what was the conference's top-scoring offense at the time to just 215 yards and a touchdown in a 24-6 Cardinal win at Coyer Field. The Bengals lead the all-time series by a 10-7 margin, but since the annual matchup resumed in 2007, Fisher has won all but one meeting, a 17-9 win by Buff State at Growney Stadium in 2012. Buff State's top receiving target is senior Mike Doherty, so a key to stopping him and the Bengal offense will be the Fisher secondary. Senior safety Paul Lavelle made 7 tackles for the 3rd time this season and recovered a fumble against Alfred State. His 35 tackles so far this season are good for 6th on the team, and his 2 interceptions are tops on the Fisher squad.
We really pride ourselves on being the best defense we can each week, and every opponent we play is our biggest game. So Buff State coming in with a high-powered offense, their defense is going to be more focused than ever, and I know our offense, on the other hand, is going to get the job done. So our defense just needs to take care of business this week.
The Cardinals and Bengals will do battle for first place in the Empire 8 on Saturday afternoon at noon. For fans not making the trip to St. John Fisher College, be sure to follow the action from wherever you are. Gene Battaglia and Peter Montemurno will call the action for ESPN Rochester, starting with the pregame show at 11:30. Mark Gruba will be live on Cardinals All Access. Coverage starts 20 minutes before kickoff. And as always, join the conversation on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using the hashtag GoFisher, and sign up for free SMS alerts to your wireless device at athletics.sjfc.edu. Message and data rates may apply. Enjoy Hall of Fame weekend at Growney Stadium.